And I have a lot of musicians that come on here to get coaching as well, so they could be able to tell their clients what's what and things like that. So, Miss Brandy, Miss Spiller,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Good, good, good. So she's going to show us some different quick hairdos, quick do's. Please tell everybody what you're about to show.
So last night I shampooed my hair and I took it a loose today and I left one half braided so I can demonstrate how I got this side look like this.
It's beautiful.
So I thank you, and I actually like this look as well. So this can serve as being one look. So I kept one side twisted and I pinned it to the back, and that's basically how this is going. And then this is by this Pure Oils Tantalizing Twist Cream by Silk Elements. So I twisted my hair with this last night and I just let it air dry. I kind of took a blow dryer because it wasn't all the way dry this morning, but sometimes I'll just walk around with my hair twisted for a day or two, and then maybe after a day or two I'll do the twist out. But okay. Basically, and then I'll use a serum. Today I'm just using this cheese serum just because this is what I have. Okay. But I use Paul Mitchell, I'll use cheese. Sometimes I'll use like a sweet almond oil or something like that. Anything that'll kind of give it a shine. The best thing to use is the oil because it'll add moisture along with the shine. But I had the serum, so I used it. So I just kind of put it on my fingertips, and then I just
your hair grew. Wow.
It's grown a lot.
What have you been putting on there to make it grow so fast during this pandemic? Is a lot of us, we need some tips as far as like hair and making it healthy.
I have been using more oils rather than serums lately, and me and my mom and my sister is actually working on a product line that's herb based.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be finished with everything coming out the end of the year, but we're infusing herbs into almond oil. So okay. If you notice, a lot of oils that you find at the grocery store or the beauty supply store or wherever you look, they are soy based, and soy is not good for you. It also helps. It stops your hair growth. It puts too much estrogen in your body. So you should eat it. You shouldn't put it on your skin. You shouldn't put it in your hair. But a lot of our food, a lot of our hair products have soy in it. So we were looking for a product line that didn't have it. And so we said, well, we might as well create it. And then the herbs also help, which you don't see. Even stuff that say is natural, it has all of this list of chemicals in it that you don't want. So basically, like even when I wear my hair straight, I put it on my fingertips like this, and I'll take the oil and I'll put it in there, and then I'll blow dry it. So it kind of penetrates the oils deeper into my hair, and it gives me a protective layer. So when I straighten it, it's it'll be in the hair as a protective barrier. So basically,
I'm definitely going to have a course as well with you, like when you get your products in. So because a lot of women, they, like even with my nonprofit organization, gearing towards, hair loss, like they want to know what to use to put in their hair. And right. A lot of times they're using these products and it does say, growing hair in 10 days, growing 20 days. There's never a fast solution.
There's not. And you do want to clear up your diet at the same time, because it starts from the inside out. The putting the herbs in the scalp is going to help to clear out the follicles and penetrate that way, but you have to go inside out first, and then it helps it from the outside as well, especially just to help lubricate the strands. But it goes hand in hand. You can't do one and not do the other one.
I agree, because a lot of women feel that it's not what you're putting on top, it's what you're putting in your body as well.
I agree.
And like Jermisha, she's like my skincare specialist, and we talk about that all the time, far as having the hair, I mean the hair, sorry, I got hair on the brain, but far as having, beautiful skin is, you can buy products all day, right, Jamisha? But
That's right.
if you don't eat right, and if you don't have a good nutritional diet, if you're not drinking a lot of water, your skin can still be good.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Can you explain, Jamisha, as far as
Exactly.
like with that?
Yeah, definitely. Everything comes from inside out. Water, fruit, vegetables, protein, all has to do with your hair, your nails, your skin. And we always like to say, our mama, our skin don't crack. But only 20% of your genetics plays into your skin and things of that nature. So everything else is either external or internal factors.
Absolutely. Oh, you said what?
So basically, once I untwist it, I just fluff it out. It depends on how big you want it, and
Love it.
if your hair isn't as full as you want it to be, you can also find like clip-in extensions and just put it. I had some clients that actually ordered some clip-in extensions because they wanted their hair to look like this, but they didn't have the length or the thickness, and I just clip it in and it looks like they have natural hair.
Because and I'm not, and not to not to be, and this is a compliment. Now back in the day it wouldn't have been a compliment, but this is a compliment. But it looked like you have a wig on top of your head.
Oh yeah, people don't think it's all mine.
I'm just saying.
I'm actually gonna pin it back like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just take both sides and kind of look in the mirror and just pin it. And I just take one hairpin.
Okay.
And I go in from one side and cross it over and then back. So basically I'm doing this motion. I go in this way and then cross it and pin it that way.
Okay, so you go in from the back.
I go in from the side. So I'm going this way and then I'm going to tuck it under. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to catch hair going in this way, and then I'm going to take that piece of hair and bring it under. So I'm going to go like this. And front. Sometimes if I want it to be more.
Oh, I love that wild look.
If I want it to be up in the back, you can also pin the back up too.
To give it still like, a sassy look if you want to go out.
Like if I wanted to dress it up or something.
Yep. Or put like a little diamond pin on the side.
Mm-hmm. So I will pin it the same way, just from the back. I'll go in this way and then tuck it this way.
Nice.
So like that. And that's it.
Let me see. It's not on your I think you got to talk.
Oh,
highlight.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know how it looks back there, but
It's cute.
thank you.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a wild, sassy, sassy look. You can put pins and, pearls or whatever that you want to do to accessorize depending on your outfit. So,
right.
Yep.
So yeah, that's really 4 looks out of one hairstyle.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Well, I appreciate that demonstration that you, given to us all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back on right quick, and then so I can conclude our work.
Oh wait, I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
You don't, huh? You want to do that first?
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to say you can do this on relaxed hair too. It doesn't have to be on natural hair, because really when people started wearing twist out, it was on relaxed hair way back, maybe like 10 or more years ago. I'm gonna say 15 years ago. People were doing this look, and it looked like they had natural hair, but they actually had relaxed hair. Remember when back in the straw curls? It was after straw curls.
Or even in your hair, but like you're right, because a lot of people that have relaxed hair, they want to know, how do you make your hair so curly, and like how do you get my hair is, because that's the first thing they say, my hair is not curly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair curly like that. That's why you can do it like that.
Exactly. It doesn't matter the texture, because the twisting is what gives it the texture.
That's the key. Now see, you all see those jewels, Jamisha, y'all hear them jewels going on? Okay, so let me go to back to my presentation right quick, and then we're going to conclude this workshop. So as Brandy pointed out to you all, that, you know, she demonstrated with your natural hairstyles. Not the hair extension, I'm gonna go real quickly. This is gonna be literally under 2 minutes. So applying, because I specialize in hair extensions and hair weaves. So applying hair weave, you know, you could just braid your hair, whether if it's 4 cornrows, and then you put the track on. You could, however you want to apply it, but you braid, pretty much you braiding your hair down, make it as flat as possible to make it look natural. How to apply wigs, they have different ways of applying wigs, whether if it's through glue, front lace, you can even put the half wigs, I call them pull wigs. They, if you want your hair to put it on top of the hair, I have on a pull wig right now. As you can see, my hair, this is my hair on top and it's covering the track. This is actually a wig that I have on, you all. And then I have my sideburns out on the side. So this is what I would consider like what they call a U-part wig. How do you quick extension style? This is considered a quick style to me. I literally have my hair in a ponytail and I put this on my hair and it literally took me a minute, under a minute. Like my point of saying you can do at-home demonstrations within under 5 minutes. And nowadays, by having these wigs, they have so many different forms of wigs with these half wigs and full wigs, it could take you a minute. You just put it on top of your hair. Make sure that you have a flat surface, put your hair back in a ponytail, and you're good to go. Because during this COVID time, it's hard sometimes, especially when you're used to going to the salon. You can be able to do these home demonstrations. You can be able to do these at-home hairstyles under 5 minutes. And then you will be able to change your look every day. So you can have Sarah, Jessica, Clarissa, Patricia, or whatever. You can have all different people in one day. Okay, so how to protect your natural hair while wearing extensions. I'm guilty of that. This is the reason why when I went to Brandy, when she first started doing my hair, I would wear weave, fake. I haven't worn a weave in years. I'm not knocking weaves, but make sure when you get a hair weave, make sure you get someone to, like Brandy pointed out, to get someone that don't have tension on your hair, that don't braid your hair tight, because that is what take your hair out. So I make sure that even when I'm wearing like the wigs or anything that's a protective style, I make sure that make sure your hair is moisturized, okay?
Right, and if you know you got fragile edges, then just leave some of your edges out. Just your, you know, the part that you would brush down. Just leave that out, because that's the most delicate part.
I agree. That is true, because that's the first part that's gonna leave you. Okay, they're gonna run away real fast. They did that to me. They was going to Mexico and then they went to Pluto, and eventually they came back. You know why? Because I put some moisturizer in my hair. Okay. Anyway, so for hair growth solutions, like Brandy, I have some hair growth products as well, and Brandy, her family is coming up with a hair growth product. So, and like she said, she pointed out with almond oils and things like that, it really can put a strain on the hair. Soy that can put a strain on the hair, and a lot of you all, obviously, I personally didn't even know. That's why I said we learn from each other. Like, yeah, I have these workshops. I can tell you what I tell you and coach you, but I love having these because I have you all to be on here. Even though you're learning from me, I can learn from you as well. So that was something new that I, didn't even know. And I appreciate that, Brandy, for pointing that out. Nutrition, diet, as Jarmisha pointed it out, like she's a skincare specialist. When it comes to your skin and hair, it's about having a nutritional diet, no stress. Castor oil, Jamaican castor oil, that grew my hair. I made sure that, and you have to stimulate the scalp. Like say for instance, just your scalp, I feel like if you stimulate it, constantly stimulate it to get that hair growth going. Take your vitamins and keep your hair always moisturized. If your hair is not moisturized, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna what?
Break off.
Break off. There you go. Okay, we on the same page. So let me go to, so to conclude this workshop with you all, I'm gonna go from here to say these things. Self-love will take your hair loss journey to a beautiful place where you will love yourself for who you are. The place that it will take you to a place where you will love yourself for who you are, okay? So this is my conclusion. Confidence will take you everywhere, and insecurity will only lead you to depression, okay? Y'all hear me? anxiety, and needless self-esteem issues that no one deserves. For example, the majority of the time, I rock my own unique sense of style. My clothes never really match based on society's standard because I take colors that complement each other and work them to my style advantage. Best believe I own my style to the fullest, whether if I'm a bald headed or not. Hair does not define me. It does not make me. My personality alone and heart does. Okay. I say all this to say simply own it and all that comes with it. If it causes a great deal of insecurity, then guess what? Do what I do. Wear hair extensions and keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Okay. Keep striving to the top. The real ones will love you for who you are and not focus on just the aesthetics of things. Okay. People with depth, okay, empathy and compassion would never worry about whether you are bald, gray-haired, or wearing a wig. When you are confident, you will attract the best energies, okay, who will be, let me repeat that. When you are confident, queens, you will attract the best energies who will be supportive and understanding. Please remember, you are imperfect and there is nothing wrong with you, okay? So I hope you all understand that. I appreciate you all coming on. I'm going to have Q&A before I conclude this. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Anyone have any questions?
So I'll ask, with thinning hair, not necessarily alopecia or maybe any with age and everything else, how your hair starts to thin. What are your suggestions with that if you have a problem area there?
Well, I can answer some of that, and I also would like Brandy to answer as well because, like, you know, she specialized. I go about what my experiences, what I do, but she specialized into that natural hair, so she could be more in depth. But I will say this: what worked for me is to not stress, because a lot of times we feel like we might not be stressing, but that could be the problem. And what you put in your body as well, and also making sure your hair is moisturized at all times, because that can be a big form of breakage. I would like Brandy to maybe give you maybe some tips as well, because of her specializing in natural hair as well herself.
Yeah, I was telling Raniero last night, I remember when the industry kind of changed, or I would say my clientele started to be a little different. Particularly, I guess, when I moved to Texas, I think the industry kind of changed from people getting relaxers and roller wraps to people getting flat irons, weaves, and wigs. Really, at the time, it started off just flat irons and weave. And I started to see more clients that had hair loss issues or hair thinning issues. And I asked another girl that I was working in the salon with, did she notice that there's a lot more clients with hair loss and hair thinning? And she said, yeah, she's noticed that. And she was doing a lot of those cap weave, quick weaves. And that was pulling a lot of people's hair back, because the stocking cap, once you tie it down, glue it down, whatever you did, it's after a while it started going back. And people wasn't realizing they was losing the edges, or they would not care because they just wanted to wear the wigs and weaves. And I think that's half the problem. People, when they start to see their hair thinning or whatever, they don't look for the solution. So I always ask my clients when they have thinning, or if I start to see alopecia or whatever, did you have any new surgeries? Did you have a baby recently? Did you change your medication? Did you get on new medication? Did I say surgeries? Mm-hmm. New stresses in life. And around the age of 35, our hormones change majorly at 12, 35, and again about 50 to 55 when you go through menopause. And at those different stages, our hormones affect how our hair and our skin is. So at 12, we end up with puberty. At 35 or so, people end up with thinning or hair loss. And at 50 plus, it can be all kinds of things, So yeah. It can be dry, thinning, and so on. So I don't want to, ask you your business on camera, but I would need to know, like, what was the cause, or at the point you started noticing it, then what was the change in your life? Was it any of those things? Was it medication, surgery, whatever, so on and so forth? And at the point you can pinpoint it, like I also had older clients. She was on no medication, and if she wasn't 60, she was very close to 60. And she wasn't on any medication because I kept asking her. And then I saw her hair started out thinning, and then there was a spot. And I said, "Are you sure? Are you taking anything?" And she said, "Well, I did have a headache the other day, and I took, I think it was like an Advil or something." And then I Googled side effects from whatever medication she told me she had taken for the headache. And hair loss was one of the side effects. So even you can take an over-the-counter pill thinking that it's just for the headache, and you losing your hair. You know what I'm saying? Because of this Advil or whatever you took. So you just have to be careful with everything you put in your body. Like I said, it's internal as well as external. Can affect
definitely
that.
Internal. It's definitely an internal thing, like I was mentioning to you, because like I said, the same rule applies with skin, and you know that, Jamisha, personally, because like I said, with your skincare products, if you don't eat correct, and it's not about necessarily not eating correctly, it's just what you put in your body, because you could be losing something too. You could be losing your nutrients, whether if it's greens or kale or it's things that something that we could be lacking of as well. So it could definitely comes with the nutrition, and like Brandy pointed out, and I stress out, is stress. Because again, that's what it caused me to have hair loss, is due to stress and what I had to go through. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I appreciate you all, coming on here and, signing up to my workshop. I appreciate you all donating to the cause. Like I said, your donations will be going to women that have medical hair loss. And I appreciate you all for joining. I really do. Just as much as you learn from me, I learn from you all. And anybody else would like to say anything else before, I log off the ship?
Great job. It was very informative. Oh, sorry. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for joining my workshops. I appreciate it. I'm going to have many more. And what were you saying, Ms. Spiller?
How do people donate the hair?
Well, what you can do, that's another thing I wanted to point out before I come off. That's an excellent question. You can donate. I'll put the link below as far as where you can send it to, the address you can send it to. With my nonprofit organization, I am also, because during this COVID time, I want to make sure that, women like you all, when you join my workshop, I want to have, I have other workshops as well, but, you all are in this tier, which what I'm trying to tell you, far as to make sure that you can have some demonstrations. And I will also wanted to point out to women that, far as being able to you don't have to, even though with this pandemic, you don't have to go to the salon. I know some women, they still have to go to the salon, they want to go to the salon, but there are also women that just want to do hairstyles in their, own comfort in their home under 5 minutes. They want it to be quick. So I want to be that lady, and I want to build women's self-esteem as well that is dealing with hair loss as well. So my answer, I kind of went over, but my answer to your question is you can donate hair. I'll put the link below, and I will be having I have a thrift store as well in which I sell hair, and if it's used hair, it's definitely sterilized. And everything on my site is under $50. So if you have any hair that you would like to donate, the hair that I will be selling would be sterilized. Okay, so it'll be like just new. So if you would like to donate hair, wigs, extensions, any products, you can donate to the link below. I appreciate it. And anybody else have any questions before I log off? Okay, well, I appreciate you young ladies coming on, joining my workshop, and everyone else that's watching, please visit my website, www.wehairforapurpose.org. Thank you for joining me, you all, you beautiful queens, and you all have a wonderful day.
Bye.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.